Good morning, children. Welcome for today's new lecture. Today I am going to teach you a new lesson. That lesson means it's a poem, that is unit 3.5, The Donkey. Simple meaning, no? The donkey. I will read the poem first and then I will explain. Listen carefully to the reading, how the pronunciation is done. Okay? So come on, start. The donkey. Shall we start? Okay. The donkey. I saw a donkey one day old. His head was too big for his neck to hold. His legs were shaky and long and loose. They rocketed and staggered and weren't much use. He tried to gambol and frisk a bit, but he wasn't quite sure of the trick of it. His queer little coat was soft and grey and curled at his neck in a lovely way. His face was wistful and left no doubt that he felt life needed some thinking about. So he blundered round in venturesome quest and then lay flat on the ground to rest. He looked so little and weak and slim, I prayed the world might be good to him. Anonymous. So, this is the poem. I have read the poem. The name of the poem is The Donkey, poet Anonymous. And here I will start explaining. So this poem is all about the donkey. Understood? So the poet is writing. First, in this workbook, this summary is given. What the poet is saying, the poet saw a donkey. It was only one day old and the donkey's head was too big for his neck to hold. Legs were long, loose and shaky. They moved suddenly and unsteadily and didn't seem to be much of use. That is the first paragraph. So I'll tell you. Here the donkey, here the poet is explaining about the donkey. So the poet is saying, I saw a donkey one day old. The poet is saying that once he saw a donkey and it was only one day old donkey. Its birth had taken place and only one day had happened by that his birth had taken place. And his structure, his head was too big for his neck to hold. The donkey's head was very big and its neck was not helping, was not trying to support his neck, his head. Legs were shaky. Whose legs were shaky? The donkey's legs, and long and loose. So what all things? Head was big, neck was not supporting the head, legs were shaky, it was very long and loose. They rocketed and staggered and weren't much use. They rocketed means they moved suddenly, staggered means moved weakly and weren't much use. Legs, head, they were of not use. Why all these things? Why the head is big and the neck is not supporting, then the legs are shaky and could not stand? Why all these things were happening? Because it was a newborn baby. Newborn babies, when they have take birth, they do not have anything strong. For everything they need the support of a second person, isn't it? In the same way, the birth of the donkey had taken place and it is only one day old. So that newborn donkey, how can it become strong? His head is not stout and strong enough for the neck to control. Legs are shaky, and he cannot. They are. His body becomes, he can't move suddenly, and its body is very weak to move enough, and it needs the support of somebody else. So understood what is the first paragraph? Here the poet is saying that the donkey is one day old, its head is big, its neck is not supporting the head. Second thing is its legs are shaky and it's long and loose. Legs are not stout and strong. It is shaking. It's not able to walk alone. Then it rocketed and staggered. It moved suddenly and moved very weakly, but it was of no use. So understood the first paragraph. Second paragraph. He tried to gamble and frisk a bit, but he wasn't quite sure of the trick of it. He tried to gamble. Gamble means he tried to jump and frisk a bit. Jump again, jump a little bit. He tried to jump, but wasn't quite sure of the trick of it. But he did not know the trick, how to jump, when to jump. Then his queer little coat was soft and grey. His body was soft and grey. Queer means strange. And curled at his neck in a lovely way. It was curled along his neck in a very lovely way. So second paragraph, the donkey tried to jump, but he did not know the trick to jump. And his body was full soft and grey, and it was curled long around his neck in a lovely way. So first two paragraph, what the poet is saying? The poet is saying that it saw a donkey. It was only 1 day old. It had a big head and its neck was not supporting the head. Legs were shaky. It was not able to walk. It was long and loose, and it was walking in a very weak manner, and it could not stand on its own. It's of no use. In the second paragraph, it tried to gamble, it tried to jump, but it did not know the trick to jump. And its body was soft and grey, and it was curled, wrapped around the neck in a very lovely way. Understood? In the first paragraph, see what is the rhyming word? Second, old, hold, loose, use. Second paragraph, gamble, bit, it, grey, way. So understood? This is the rhyming word. Got it? Here I am writing the this hard words: shaky, loose, rocketed, staggered, gamble, frisk, trick, coat. Now meanings: rocketed, moved suddenly; staggered, moved unsteadily; gamble, moved playfully; wistful, full of hope, venturesome, daring, quest, search. Rhyming word: old, hold, loose, use, bit, it, grey, way, doubt about, round, ground, slim, him. So understood? This is the poem. The poem is for by heart. Each and every poem you have to learn by heart. Try to understand. This is very simple. The poet is conveying the birth of the donkey, which is only 1 year old, 1 day old, and it's not able to do things on their own. Its head is not very stiff, neck is not supporting. It's moving very weakly, but its legs are very long and loose and very shaky. Second paragraph is trying to jump but doesn't know the trick to jump. Its body is full soft and grey and is curled around the neck in a very lovely way. Now next two paragraph I will be taking tomorrow. Try to understand properly and read the poem and learn the poem by heart. Understood? So we will continue the rest of the lesson poem in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Thank you.